All right, in this very cold state, and they're expecting a lot of snow here. I don't know how much snow, but, you know, John Kasich, the governor of Ohio, doesn't seem to care. The other day we caught him in a snowball fight with staff. He seems to be having a good time campaigning. I don't know. It's just a bright outlook on life and all, but it is cold, the days are long, and he's always smiling. He's always in a good mood, which immediately makes me suspicious. The governor joins you right now. Very good to have you, sir. How are you?
It's great, Neil. It's snowing like crazy. Our people are knocking on doors, and the more it snows, the more our volunteers work. So that's what it's really about, Neil. We're doing great, and my wife's here. What is there not to smile about?
Absolutely. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, you know, depending on the poll, Governor, you have good reason to smile. I know there, as you often remind me, the only one that counts is the one on, well, tomorrow. But in a lot of polls going at, and even some surveys post the debate where you performed very, very well, you've kind of got the wind at your back, and that people seem to be, again, coalescing around you. A lot of it seems to be that you're the biggest beneficiary of the sort of the good governor's night. What do you make of that?
Well, Neil, I think the debate obviously helps. It's important. But, you know, as I've been telling you all along, it's really the town halls, of which I'm about to do my 105th, believe it or not. Wow. And at the same time, this ground game. I mean, we had people today that drove in from Atlanta, people that drove in from Virginia. We've got like 400 that came from Ohio, and we've got, you know, 400 or 500 volunteers in New Hampshire. I mean, they're sensing a movement, Neil. They're sensing positive. They're sensing that this is a guy that can unify. They're sensing this is a guy who is a conservative. And they don't like all the negative stuff. I mean, I'm being pounded again today. I mean, it's just, as Arnold told me, though, in 2010 when he campaigned for me, love the beatings, John, love them. And so we absorb them, and we feel very, very good. Did he use that accent?
He did use that accent, I guess.
I thought that was a really good accent, Neil. I'd like to do yours, but it would sound like Arnold, too.
Well, you know, you mentioned, no, you do, in all seriousness, you mentioned the higher up you go, all of a sudden, then you do become a target. Marco Rubio discovered that at the debate, Ted Cruz in the prior debate. But this is already, your surge prompted, you know, comments from some guys I guess you thought were friends. This is an ad that Jeb Bush is running on you, Governor. Take a look.
The budget grew 13.6% in 2014.
1.3 million jobs, 4.4% growth, 8 balanced budgets. That is a conservative record.
I did cut taxes every year. When I left, there were $9 billion in reserves.
I know we can fix this because I've done it.
There's no comparison, the ad splashes across the screen. What do you think?
Well, look, they've spent so much money. I don't even know, maybe, what, 40, 50 million, and the biggest chunk of it is negative. And look, I'm disappointed that they've decided to take the low road to the highest office in the land, but I'm not going down the rabbit hole. We have been positive through this. We're going to continue to be positive, telling people that we can fix America, that I have national security experience, which is unique more than anybody. We've been able to balance federal budgets, you know, do great in creating an environment for job creation in Ohio. Neil, I'm not worried about them. It's just disappointing that people have to go negative. I just wish they'd take all their negative stuff off and tell people what they're for. But maybe that doesn't work for them. But it works for me.
Do you think, Governor, that Chris Christie went negative on Marco Rubio too far? I mean, you and he and even Governor Bush, by extension, were beneficiaries of that attack. But what do you make of that?
No, I'm not going to comment on the debate. The only thing I can say about the debate is I think I had one of the best ones because people got to see a little bit more of my personality. I don't like the debates. I think it is a very poor way to pick a president. What we ought to be doing is town halls where people stand up.
Wait a minute. You're not applying that to Fox Business debates, right? I mean, you draw a distinction.
Well, yours is, you know, it's marginally better. Marginally better. In all seriousness,
this could be a very difficult interview, Neil. Governor. That's your call, but continue.
Hey, listen, Neil, here's what I'm trying to say. You know, in the debates, you get 30, 60 seconds, and we had 90 seconds, and you guys did do a great job. But you can't really show who you are effectively in those, and that's the thing that's hard.
No, I know what you're saying. That's why
I rely so much on town halls. You know what I'm saying. I mean, look how much fun we're having here and in the debates. But, you know, look, you've got to do them. You've got to do them well. And I'm pleased with how they've been going. I'm just saying that I wish it was a more, expansive opportunity for people not only to know your head, but maybe to also know your heart. That's all I'm trying to say.
You get a sense of that, and obviously you comported yourself very well in this debate, as frustrating as the process might be. But one of the things you hear is that what might have changed post that debate, Governor, is that it doesn't have to be a 1, 2, 3 night, that you could have 4 or 5 candidates bunched up together and they could carry on to South Carolina. Do you feel that even if you weren't in the top 3, you'd be okay? Or are you confident you will be in the top 3?
Oh, no, we're going to do very well, Neil. Look, we have all the momentum.
What's very well? What's very well?
At the top, I mean, we're going to be look, we'll let you know on the 10th. I'll define it for you.
That's right?
Neil, you know what? I'm not going into the box now, okay? I'm on the like the 16th, 17th hole of a golf tournament. I don't look at the leaderboard. Hold on. I don't look at the leaderboard. I finish the 18th hole. I go into the clubhouse, and usually I do well enough to win. So what I would say to you is that it's been incredible here. The experiences have not just been about policy, but there have been a lot of experiences about the heart. And I've told you that the last time we did the interview. And by the way, let everybody know, I love to be with Neil Cavuto. He brings out some of the best in me, and I love to talk to him, and you can only give answers based on the kind of questions you get. But, Neil, I've got to tell you, it's been at times emotional here. I'm leaving nothing on the field, but our insurance policy for tomorrow night are our great volunteers, our great workers who have just gone. I mean, I'm humbled by it, and sometimes I don't understand it. They have just been so dedicated because maybe they sense some hope, some idealism for the fact that we can come together, that we've been positive, that we have some fun, we laugh together, we cry together. It's been really wonderful.
I'll tell you,
and my wife's here,
They're rabidly loyal to you. And one thing I want to ask you, and this is not meant to be a slap, Governor, that those who want to coalesce around you say, he isn't smooth, he isn't like a great talker, but he speaks from the gut. This is a compliment. I think they're relaying a compliment, but that they sense and the party wants to find or is seeking a candidate who can bridge that gap between too smooth for words and too argumentative for patience, and that you are that sweet spot candidate. That's how they frame it. How do you answer that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth there, Neil. In the beginning of the campaign, the reporters were saying, well, he's not scripted, therefore he doesn't have discipline. And now today they're saying, well, it's so interesting to see you unscripted. Frankly, I script myself, in my mind when I kind of know what I want to do. And every once in a while I can fall off the high wire because I operate without a net. But that's okay. We're only talking politics here, and life is short. Life is but a breath. So I speak, it's a matter of sensing things and trying to tell the stories that can accentuate what your overall message is. And look, it has been great. It has been great out there, and nothing's going to change. And when we go forward, Neil, even with thousands in an auditorium, we're going to figure out how to continue to do these types of town halls, questions and answers, so people can see my head and my heart. So thanks, Neil, for the time.
All right. Always a pleasure, Governor. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow we'll have a much better idea. John Kasich of the fine state of Ohio.